Hi everyone, here I am again in this incredibly unflattering light. Spent the weekend in New York, Buffalo, and my oldest, well, she had kind of had a COVID wedding last year, so this year she got to have a ceremony, and it was really lovely and fun, but I'm exhausted and kind of feeling under the weather after the day's work. But we're just going to go right into our pictures for this week. And, you know, as always, I want you to be inspired by the lesson. And oftentimes I will expect you to do a little research. Spend a little time not just looking at what I'm sharing with you, but going out there and looking for examples. So this is going to be really quick tonight. So this is Sydney's. So the whole thing, still life with interesting lighting. We all know what a still life is, still objects. But the interesting lighting part is really the highlight of this this assignment, and I want you guys to be thinking about, because this is one of the assignments that will begin our portfolio, okay? Our website that we're going to be creating by the end of the course, and so you're really going to have to step it up on creativity, because this is your portfolio. This is something that you are going to want to present to, if you're staying in an art career or a photography career, if you're planning on making a side hustle out of this. A lot of people do. A lot of people get into doing other portraits, or perhaps you want to sell your still lifes on Etsy, or when we get into food photography, I have friends who have made a career out of that. And, just working for a restaurant, taking pictures of the things that they offer on their menu. So, all this to say, please focus on doing your best, most creative work. So this is an art class, and we really want to create something that is beautiful or interesting, or has a theme to it. And I know we're learning at the same time. It's a beginner's course. So that said, let's take a look at what Sydney has created. Okay, so this is her pineapple candle holder thing. That's such a funny thing to call it. I like your enthusiasm, so that's good. And I think that this is, let me just make that a little bit smaller so we can fit it all in the frame at once. So I'd like to see the whole picture. I'm doing this a little bit down and dirty because of time constraints. Okay, so here's your image, your composition. And I mean, I can't honestly say that this is a still life because, it's just an object. But as a composition, it's interesting. You've got, all of these different types of lines that are guiding our eyes throughout the composition. I like all the rectangles, and then, of course, the curves kind of contrast with that. As far as interesting lighting goes, I don't know if you've achieved that here. I feel like this is you've used flash, one of those things that I've warned against because it creates unflattering highlights, kind of blown out details. So I'm seeing that here, and you're also catching it here. Other than that, how the darkness of this photograph is interesting to me. I love this little reflection in the frame in the background. That's really pretty. But I want you to be careful about, you know, what are you going to include in the frame? You got to think about those things. Is this an artwork that you would want to include in your portfolio? So make sure you're thinking about that. Okay, this little guy right here, this little photo right here, I know it's not a little guy or anything, I'm just old, forgive me. I really enjoy. Okay, yes, I think that this is your best work this week. It's a little collection of objects. This to me is, you know, more of a true still life. My favorite thing about it is the reflection on the, you know, the shiny table. I think that's really beautiful. And I love how the light that you use highlights the gold detail on this plate. Again, as far as interesting lighting goes, it looks like flash. I don't really mind it so much here, but when I say interesting lighting, I mean I would have hoped that you would have done a little more research, and like my suggestions were, you know, something as soft and warm as candlelight, and something as flattering and, you know, just kind of gorgeous as window light, and even like sunset or sunrise lighting. It's so gorgeous, and you know, it's always there and available for you. This one, I mean, it's, you know, it's a cute collection, your nativity scene here, but this to me is just, you know, okay, this is something in the house, it's already set up, or I don't know if you set it up, but still, it's like, look and see, look at this, look at this, I see this. So to me this is more of a picture of someone else's work, only because I don't really see what you brought to it. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but I want you to really think about, you know, how is this yours? You know, how is this your unique vision? So that's something we really have to think about with photography. A lot of people think it's easy because all you do is take a picture. Well, everybody can do that. How can you make it into an artwork? So that's the kind of thing that you need to think about. This is, again, flash. So think about your lighting. And we've got a little bit of a slant here, so it's not quite straight. But yeah, I mean, of course, you know, the nativity scene is always beautiful. Everybody loves that. But how are you going to make this your own unique work? So I think that choosing a subject that you had arranged, that you had put together, is going to be far more successful than something, you know, that's like a set. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, yes, I agree, Ivy. All right, we'll go and look at the next person. I'm just going to start down at the bottom here. And sorry, I apologize for not having saved the images. Okay, I love that you experimented, Ivy, with putting a sheet over the window. Okay, candlelight, so beautiful. But by combining it with flash, not usually the best combination. Okay, let me just step back a little bit so we can see the whole composition here. I mean, this is an interesting arrangement. The light is very diffused, but I honestly think that just the natural window light would have made it more interesting. So it's a collection of objects. it's a little on the dark side. I like that you moved it from the middle, and it is straight. You know, your lines are straight. But I can't, I don't know if this is a work of art. I mean, I like it. I could see it as a drawing, you know? But as far as interesting light, I don't know if you captured that here. I love that you didn't use flash, though. And that is one of my favorite things, just to see. Okay. So here we have a collection of objects. And I think they're interesting. I mean, they're, you know, again, this is kind of like a set of objects. The fact that you placed it in a wooden box, that does add interest to me. Let me see what you say about the lighting. I think that that looks like... Okay, so there's a row of windows. So I can tell that this is natural light, and you're getting some highlights from the window. That's really nice how that light frames the teapot. And I like the wood in the background. It's a little bit distorted, and that's because of your lens. I need to do a tutorial about that. I can show you how easy it is to fix. But like Sydney, this is a collection of objects where you're like, look, you see this? Look at this. So what we want to focus on is creating a work of art. So I hope that that helps. And then here, you know, I love that you use candlelight, and I wish there hadn't been flash, and the only light in the room was this gorgeous candlelight. So you can see the warmth that it brings to the reflections of these of this collection of like toiletries, I guess I would say it is. I like how you took time to set up this background. You know, the fluffy pink throw, and you know, the sheet in the background. That, I mean, I really appreciate the time and effort that you put into that. But if I were you, I would retake this photo using only the candlelight. Just let that glow take this to, you know, the next level. Like, imagine you were selling these objects. You want them to appear to be, you know, something that you really, really want. Okay. Wow. Melissa, you're really paying attention. And I think you're really learning from the things that we are studying, and you're referencing them, which I really enjoy. Yes, the first one, it does look old-timey because the collection of objects. Okay, very good. All right, next is Holly. That's a cute picture. How did you add that picture? Oh my gosh. Huh. You know, I never worked on that in the past because everyone told me when I first started last fall that it wasn't something that we could do, but I guess with the new Blackboard, great. Okay, not excited about hearing about the flash. Flash, ah, no flash. Okay. You know what though? Let me just make this a little smaller so we, whoops, smaller, not bigger. Hold on one second. Okay, so Holly, on one hand, like I've said to some of the others, this is like, you know, an object that you took a photograph of. Not real crazy about this. However, there's something about this image that I really like. I love how the flash actually brought out this, you know, shiny gold to the grasses, and, you know, this shadow that it created. It's and the shine on the vase. So you know how I hate flash like with a passion. This is actually feels very modern to me, very contemporary. It's there's something really interesting about the shape of the grasses that I really like. The depth, that you know, you kind of just got lucky here, but it's really pretty. It's almost like a mugshot, a mugshot of this plant in a vase, and I really like it. So that, I mean, I could see creating a series around this, you know, harsh flash. What else could you capture with this? And bring out details and create depth. So I find that photo interesting. Now this is one of those pictures that, I mean, even though I like that you created this backdrop, it's just, look at this. Look at this thing in my house. I mean, it's adorable that you have, you know, the names of your family on it. That is adorable, but it's more just like a, look at this. So yeah, that one is not my favorite as a photograph, as an artwork. And then this one, I mean, I kind of like it, but I feel like there was flash involved because I see a little reflection here. What would have happened if you had just allowed the candlelight to shine? You know, just that warmth. This could have been an interesting picture. And, you know, this is more like a product photo than a still life. So if you're thinking about selling this product, you really want it to look like, I gotta have that. So I would retake this one with just the candlelight, and use your settings to try and adjust to that low level of light. So you might need to set a slower shutter speed, you might need to use a tripod, you might need to open up your aperture really to you know, a large size window, which would be a small f number. And yeah, I would try that one again. Okay, and last but not least, we'll go to Melissa. And I know Melissa's got a lot of details here, so we might have to go back and forth a little bit. And I do love that you're really experimenting and being very specific about the light situations and your settings and your editing. So great. Okay, now this would be a fabulous photo for food photography, which is coming up this week. I love the really soft reflections, and it appears to be like on a kitchen counter and a kitchen towel. You've moved the subject from the middle, so that's a great compositional guideline. So this one I think is lovely. This is really nice as well. Take a look at some of Matisse's. Wait a second, not Matisse. It's hold on. I hit that by accident. I had to do a little subtle research there, and you guys caught me. So this makes me think of Matisse. So Matisse still lifes. I think the cloth is gorgeous. I think it's really well planned out. The lighting is nice. Usually you don't want to see texture in the background when you're doing a product photo or food photography, but this is, it's really beautiful. Yeah, I love it. And then this is a really nice product photo of your old cameras. Yeah, I have quite a collection myself. And I love that this was your dad's. Oh, that's awesome. And again, I like the cloth. I like how you arranged the photo. Yeah, it's just fascinating to see the way the drapery catches the light and the shadow. Nice composition. This one, I really love the background. I love it. And gosh, I want to say this is one of those look at this thing, but because of the way that it's composed and the way that your backdrop is kind of really adding, you have this warm reflection here that goes with the warm colors of the giraffe. It's really pretty. This is hilarious. I think it is so cute. However, this is one of those look at this. Look at this object. And then the bowl of oranges as well. It's so Cezanne. You just got to look up Cezanne Still Lifes and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know that I like it as much as the strawberries, but the drapery kind of frames the bowl of fruit and the towel really in a nice way. You'd have to pick one of those strawberries to go in your portfolio because they're very similar, but well done. Well done, I say. All right, everyone. I have got to go to bed. So I will be talking to you all again very soon, and I hope that you are looking forward to this week with creating artwork that will go to your portfolio. We're starting to get more into the focus of the class. You know, these big important assignments now that we've earned. We've learned the basic settings on our camera. Now it's time to use them creatively. Okay, bye-bye.